What's going on YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Welcome back to Central North Carolina. We're back at my church at the Project Lawn. I'm filming this on Sunday. We just got finished with church, so you may see all the cars behind me leaving. But recently we did a Project Lawn update. And I did an application. We have been coming out here doing basketball in our gym. Man, the sun is bright around the corner. We've been coming out every Saturday. As I've told you guys, we've been spending all day at the gym doing basketball league and things of that nature. And so number one, the grass is getting trampled on a lot. Number two, we did an application last week sometime. It's been about a week and a half now. We did 20-00 GCI turf liquid nitrogen. We put that down and we did a high, 5 ounces per thousand application of RGS. If you didn't see Monday's video, we went more in depth about RGS, and even going over some of that in depth, I was like, oh no, it's really recommended for RGS to be applied in the active growing season. We're not really there. But North Carolina is weird, guys, and that's where we are constantly staying here recently in the 50s and the upper 20s, low 30s as our lows in the mornings. So I was curious, am I wasting the product or am I not? And so I want to turn the camera around, give you a little more update on the Project Lawn, but really an update of the last application, because yesterday, as we was coming out of the gym and finishing up basketball yesterday, I noticed, man, I said, that last application we did actually made a difference. Let me show you and explain what I'm talking about. Actually, before we did that, Mr. Ferguson, post here, future Mr. Ferguson that's editing this, put in the clip of the last video we did. Here is what the lawn looked like when I was walking it a few weeks ago. Very brown. I told you it was a mix of green and a mix of brown, but I think it was mostly brown, and it's obviously because of dormancy, right? It's colder, the grass is protecting itself, and it was just brown all over. So hopefully you can see, I was filming, I was trying not to get, parents and kids on film, but it was very brown in all areas. And so now that you've kind of seen that, I want to try to compare to what I'm looking at today, almost a week and a half later. So stepping into the beautiful sun, I don't know how much you guys will be able to tell on iPhone video. And again, that's why I'm learning more about trying to look at this color change overnight. It's difficult. Number one, you can see right here, it's being trampled. We actually had a medical emergency out here in the gym yesterday with a family member that was watching the basketball games, and everybody had to come out of the gym and we had to clear the area, and everybody's stepping all over the grass. I even told one of my buddies, like, man, I can't watch. Everybody's stomping the grass. So this is for new people. GCI Cool Blue is what we sowed back in September. This is not we just turned the dirt over in the summer. We planted in fall. This is brand new grass of GCI turf variety, Kentucky bluegrass, 15%, tall fescue, 85%. But it has been stomped on a lot. But compared to the video that I just showed you guys, the main thing I want to relay to you in this update video is that application did something. We are, as we mentioned in the last application, we're seeing Poa annua. I'm starting to see seed heads, but we also have Kentucky bluegrass, so you got to be careful about that because it will go to seed and it will blend in with the Poa annua, which to me, if you look at this one, you see the purplish right there. I don't know if you can see it right there on the right hand side. Those seed heads look more purplish, where if you look over here, these seed heads are more of a whitish color. That typically indicates Poa annua. Difference in the look a little bit of the Kentucky bluegrass versus the Poa annua. And again, hopefully you can see a little bit of the color change. So we are seeing more Poa here. We're not touching it now. When we do our pre-emergent out here, which we'll talk about soon, it's not going to be for the Poa annua. We're putting pre-emergent down for future crabgrass prevention. So that as well. But you can see it's kind of flat. People have been stomping on it. That's the type of turf that we can expect out here at a public place, right? And so what I wanted to share with you that is 100% noticeable to me, more than anything that I've shown you guys recently, is especially right here in the middle. Do you remember here? Maybe I can pull back up a picture that I snapshotted off the last YouTube video. It was a noticeable brown. I was like, wow, that is so brown out at the Project Lawn. lawn. But when we put that 8 ounces per thousand of 20-00 down, it has really consumed it. It's really fed off that, as well as the RGS. I believe some of those things we talked about. It helps with stress, CK, stressors, drought, all that good stuff. We've had plenty of rain, let me just mention that. But you can see it does still look better here in the upper portion where it's not been stomped. But over here, this was super brown, guys, and it's really changed over the past week and a half. That application was not a waste at all. And I noticed it yesterday. I was like, wow, it is still, now look, it's not that spring or fall green color that we like. It is like a faded green color over here, so it's not even where we want it to be. But over here, this was like brown. I mean, it was like dormant, like almost like it was just fading out. And I was like, that's got to be pH related. We're just going to have to work on it in the spring. But really, that application alone has really helped it to give it a little bit of color. And again, it's cut a little low. You can still kind of see where it's been trampled on. There is brown in here to where some of the grass is just going dormant. We've had plenty of rain, like I mentioned, but this is just winter, winter North Carolina grass. It's got the same thing happens in summer. It almost looks very similar in those 90+ degree days in North Carolina. You may notice that in your lawn. And as we kind of just show you the rest of it, this is kind of the same that we see in winter. We kind of see the same in summer. But the Poa annua is again continuing to pop up. As I showed you, I don't see a lot of seed heads out here in the middle, but you see it's not very thick. We just planted this. Sometimes you have washout. Now you notice it's kind of scraggly on this side, but over here where we did a reseed later on in September, it does look better over there, but I do notice more seed heads over here as well. So when we do begin to mow this again, and man, I just can't get over how much the color actually changed from that fertilizer. It looks so much better. But as we begin to mow this, obviously we've got a groundskeeper, a maintenance staff. I'm going to have a discussion. We're either going to have to get a mower with a bag. I don't want to spread Poa annua seeds for next year. We're not going to be able to do pre-emergent in this lawn for a while. It needs to get thick. We need to continue to overseed this. We turned the dirt over. We may need to look at possibly aerating next fall with this lawn, but we need to continue to overseed in this lawn to get grass established. We want it to be thick, have natural prevention to weeds and things of that nature. But we still got our little one that everybody's like, I just hand pull that. You're exactly right. So I didn't plan on this really. I just noticed it yesterday, and I'd already created the RGS video that we released on Monday. By the way, if you didn't notice yet, my videos are coming out at 4 p.m. We're trying something. AI tells me that's a better time for the viewers based on analytics over 4 years. So videos are releasing at 4 p.m. by the way. But this goes to show you, if you can see the pictures that I placed or the video from 2 weeks ago, it has definitely affected the grass. So I just want to mention that to you. If you're not frozen, if your ground's not frozen, it is actively, quote, actively growing. It's not growing like spring, it's not growing like fall, but you can put applications down. It will make a difference if you want to. You don't have to, but it's really helped here at the church. So that's about all I've got here. I just wanted to show you guys that blew me away of how much of a difference it made. And we could come back and probably do more application next month, or later this month, do some more FERT, do some more RGS, and it will continue to help this grass. Again, these are biostimulants. Well, the RGS itself, the humic acid, these biostimulants, the sea kelp, helping the grass with the stresses of the cold, with the stresses of people stomping all over it, foot traffic. These are the things you may want to consider it. RGS will be linked below in this video as well. Hey, 5 ounces per thousand, do it every other month or so, or every month. It really has made a difference here. Well, it is not a perfect lawn. We're still going to have to fight this lime green Poa annua, but we can do it because my lawn is proof. So God bless you guys. Thank you for checking out this quick Wednesday video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts below. Don't forget about the contest. Don't forget about, I've now got playlists in place. And by the way, I did make a playlist straight that says pre-emergent guide. So I've got the former videos that I've made about prodiamine, Dithiopyr, but we've got that in our playlist as well if you need help with pre-emergent. Plus, we've linked in the last video where we talked about yard mastery and news. Alan Hain has a guide out if you want to go by his suggested rates and his guide. I'll recommend that as well. So God bless you from the Project Lawn. Hopefully we can get out here soon. We're going to be applying some of those Jonathan Green products that we've talked about, reviewing them, going in depth with them to try to help you out with your new lawn. God bless you. We'll see you on the next lawn care video. Take it easy.